All right, guys. So day 14, let's talk about Videodrome, David Cronenberg. David Cronenberg, I have seen, I'd say, four or five of his movies. I actually haven't seen many of his horror ones, really. I know I've seen A History of Violence, which I really liked. Eastern Promises, which was good as well. And The Fly is one of the best remakes ever, but I haven't seen a whole lot of his horror. And I really need to see a lot of his. Scanners is one that I'm ashamed that I haven't seen yet, but that one's hard to find. Honestly, there's not really. I think you could buy it on DVD for cheap, but I want it on Blu-ray. But I might have to resort to DVD because it's cheaper that way. I guess it's way more expensive for like a Blu-ray that's out of print. And I hope that they release it sometime soon because it's weird that it's such a. Scanners is such a movie that's not really. That's kind of expensive, at least on Amazon, from what I saw. But I do want to see that one as well. And Shivers, I will try to see by the end of this month for 31 days. And if I find Scanners for cheap, maybe cheap DVD, I guess I'll do it. But I've wanted to watch some more Cronenberg, and I haven't seen Rabbit either. I want to see Rabbit, but he's done a lot of horror that I just haven't seen, and I really need to. Um, and this one, this is interesting because I knew nothing about this one. I bought the Criterion Blu-ray because it was half off whenever it was Barnes and Noble a couple months ago, and I watched it pretty recently now again, and I really thought this one is it's really fascinating because it is his first movie that was backed up by a major studio, and of course it bombed unfortunately. But he would make other movies that I know made money, but this one didn't do well, and it stars James Woods as this guy who finds a sleazy these sleazy videotapes, and he starts to find the world is getting distorted around him, which is similar to something like In the Mouth of Madness, which I think is cool. But I like how this idea is something that in 1980 whatever 1983 I think is whenever this came out, 1982 3, whenever this came out, it was not that big with this type of internet stuff and resorting to um, finding all this stuff, and it's new in this time. But I like the idea about the technology's taken over, and it's just so funny to see a movie from 1980 whatever, and then see right now in 2020 how we are with the internet and technology. That's really hilarious. But uh but the movie is that basic plot. It's very similar to that, and like I said, it's similar to In the Mouth of Madness, where it's something that is warping reality. And I thought it reminded me of in some ways, of In the Mouth of Madness, which I thought was pretty cool. But it stars James Woods, who again is really awesome in any movie. I really enjoy James Woods, and this one, it's got some really cool effects and really cool body horror. It's not really a movie for kills. It's a movie just about descending into like this weird reality. And I just think that's a really cool idea, or how it's executed in this movie. The idea in this movie is executed well, and it really just surprised me. It did a good job, and I'm just again late to the game. I hadn't seen this one, and I really really liked it. I liked so many things about it that I just think it definitely would be high up on the Cronenberg movies I've seen. But if I had to pick a Cronenberg movie that I've seen that's my favorite, it's The Fly remake, which is really, really freaking good. But this one I think would be pretty high in the four or five movies I've seen of his so far. And again, I really want to see the other ones. Like I said, he's just a director that either his movies are kind of hard to find, or they're starting to become less hard to find now. Like his Shivers just was released with Vestron this month, and I haven't got it yet. But it's just so funny to see that this director I just haven't seen a lot of, especially horror. But like I said, he's a great director. Like History of Violence is really, really good with Viggo Mortensen, and Eastern Promises with Viggo Mortensen as well is really awesome. And The Fly is incredible. But again, it's a movie that I really liked. I don't really know if there's much else I could say because I don't really want to ruin it. But it has a lot of great effects. It has a great performance by James Woods. James Woods is always awesome in movies, and I just think it's a cool idea. It's a unique idea. It works well, and it's a good movie just to review for these 31 days. Um, so that is it for today. Stay tuned for tomorrow for the next day, and thank you guys for watching.